Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Jyoti Prakash and let's get into the video. Now let's look into Bank Nifty one day candle chart. After that we're going to look into 15-minute candle for any trade for but before that we need to identify the trend, where is the market heading towards and what we're going to do next. If you can identify the trend, then it will be helpful for us to identify for any trade. Okay. Now let's look into Bank Nifty chart. Here you can see that in Bank Nifty today market opens gap up and it closes around 41,150. And here you can see that it also made a M pattern here. And if it tomorrow, if it continues to go down by opening flat or open gap down, and if it closes below 41,150 or 41,100, then we'll going to take it for selling. Our first target will be obviously round level 41,000. After that, if it closes below 41,000, then we're going to set our next target to 40,000, 20 to 800. Okay. But for any buying scenario, you need to wait for it. If it closes above 41,520 or 41,600, above 600, then we're going to take it for buying. Neither we're going to wait and watch if it's open gap up and it goes up. Okay. But for any selling, you need to wait for 5 to 10 minutes. If it's open around here, like if it's open around 41,200 in between or in between 41,000 and it closes below 41,000 or 41,100, then we're going to take it for selling. As I said, your target will be 40,800, 41, sorry, round level 41,000 first. Second target you can set to 40,800 to 830. And let's assume if markets open gap down and it's opens between 41,800 and 41,900 and it shows any negative scenario there in 15 minutes, then you can also take it for selling and you can set your target to 40,600 and your next target will be 40,350. But for that, it needs to open gap down and shows any negative movement. After that, you can take it for selling. And it may happen that if it opens a gap down and it shows any positive movement here in 40,800 or in between 40,900, and you can take it for buying by putting stop loss of that below that candle, which is made on 5 minutes or 15 minutes, and your target will be round level 14,000 and next target you can set to 14,200. Okay. And this is for if your markets open gap down or flat. And let's assume market opens gap up and let's assume it's open gap up and if it closes above 14,450 or 14,470 and if it shows any positive movement there, and you can take it for buying and your target will be approximately 14,670 to 14,700. And it may happen it's open gap up and it closes above 14,650 and continues to go by, showing any positive or strong movement. Also you can take it for buying, because in one day candle you can see that Bank Nifty trades around in one zone for 3 to 4 days, and if it's open, if it's closes above that zone, like if it's closes above 14,700 and if it closes below 14,000 round level, then you can expect some large movement or very great movement here. So for that you need to wait and watch. After that you can take it for buying or selling. Now let's look into Nifty. Here you can see that Nifty also opens gap up and it is opens above that candle which is made on yesterday, and after that it continues to go down and it trades around 18,080. And if tomorrow markets open flat or if it opens gap down and if it closes below 18,050, then we will going to take it for selling and our first target will be round level 18,000. And if it closes below that, then you can set your target to 17,900 to 920. But for any buying, it needs to closes above 18,180 or 18,200. And let's assume markets open gap up and if it closes above 18,100 or 18,200 and it shows so positive movement there, then you can take it for buying and you can set your target to 18,250 to 300. But if it's open gap up and shows any negative scenario there, as like today it opens and today you can see that it is open gap up and shows negative movement here, then you're going to take it for selling and your stop loss will be high of that candle, and you can set your target to 18,100 first and second target you can set to 18,050. Okay. And it may happen if markets open flat and goes down and closes below 18,050, then we're going to take it for selling and target will be 18,000 as I said in one day candle, and your next target will be going to 17,000 next target will be 17,950 to 900. But let's assume if Nifty opens below 17,900, or if it opens around 17,950 and shows any negative scenario there, then you can also take it for selling. And your first target will be 17,900, and say you can set your second target to 17,840. But here you can see that markets opens gap up and continues to go up, and opens gap up and shows negative movement here. But let us assume it's open around 17,900 or 950 and shows any positive movement there. Then you will going to wait and watch. If it shows more positive movement here, then you will going to take it for buying, and your target will be round level 18,000 to 18,050. Okay, and that's it for Bank Nifty and Nifty. Now let's look into Bank Nifty components. Why Bank Nifty components? Because Bank Nifty components helps you to identify good trade in Bank Nifty options, and because Bank Nifty components are helping Bank Nifty to move upwards or downwards. So if you can track Bank Nifty components, you will going to make good profit in Bank Nifty also, because Bank Nifty moves because of the components, and if you track them, then it will be beneficial for you. Okay, now let's look into HDFC Bank, our first bank, which have more weightage on Bank Nifty. Like if it is HDFC Bank moves 1 or 2% upwards, then Bank Nifty will go up, and if it's to go down, Bank Nifty also shows a negative movement here. Okay, now let's look into HDFC Bank. Here you can see that HDFC Bank, it opens flat and made a high of 1528. It's approximately around 1530. And also I said I told you tomorrow, if it's open, I told you yesterday, if it's open flat or opens gap up and it continues to go up, then you can set your target to 1530. And you're also, you can see that the target also achieved there, and after that it closes around 1515. If tomorrow markets open flat and it closes below 1510, then you're going to take it for selling, and your target will be round level 1500, and you can set your next target to 1490. And also you can see that markets in HDFC Bank, it made a doji candle, and it made on a higher side, and you can assume it as some negative scenario. If it's open flat or open gap down, then you can take it for selling. Okay, now let's look into ICICI Bank. Here you can see that ICICI Bank also opens a gap up, and it did not closes above 920, and it's opens gap up around 920, and from that it continuously go down and closes around 904. And as I said to you, if ICICI Bank closes above 920, then you're going to take it for buying. But if it closes below 900, then you're going to definitely take it for selling. And you can set your target to approximately 1800, sorry, 890 to 880. And tomorrow, if it's open flat or open gap down, and at any moment, if it closes below or it trades below 900, then you can take that for selling. But if it's open around 880 or 885 by opening gap down, then you're going to wait for any trend. But if it opens flat or opens small gap down, then you're going to take it for selling. For buying it, you need to close above 920. And in State Bank, here you can see that in State Bank also made some undecisive candle here, and it also made a M pattern. And if it tomorrow markets open flat, or if it's open gap down and closes below 570, then you're going to take it for selling, and you can set your target to 567 first. Second target will be 563 to 560. But let us assume it's open gap up and it closes above 575, then we're going to take it for buying for small target, which is 580. And it may happen if it's open gap up, and if it's open around 580 and shows any negative movement there, then we're going to take it for selling, and target will be 570 to 565. Okay. Now let's look into Kotak Bank. In Kotak Bank, it seems sideways market to me, because you can see that it's open gap up and goes down, and it takes support from 1900. After that, it closes around 1909. And if tomorrow markets opens flat or goes down, then we're going to take it for selling, and target will be round level 1900. And if tomorrow it closes below 1900, then we can set our next target to 1890. For any buying scenario, it needs to closes above 1920. Then you can take trade for buying with small quantity, and our first target will be 925 to 931. Okay, 1900, not 900. Now let's look into Axis Bank. Here you can see that Axis Bank also made some negative movement here, and also yesterday I told you if it's open flat or open gap down and it goes down, then you're going to take trade for selling, and target you can set to 560. But it did not closes around that, but it made a low up of 860. And if tomorrow markets opens flat and goes down and it closes below 860, then you're going to take trade for selling, and target you can set to first will be 850 and second target you can to set to 840. But if it opens gap down in around 850 or 840 and it shows any positive intent there, then you're going to wait for any trend confirmation. After that we can take trade for selling. But if it opens gap down and shows negative movement there, by strongly negative movements means my showing much negative scenario there, then you're going to take trade for selling. Now let's look into our last bank, which is IndusInd Bank. Here you can see that IndusInd Bank did not go anywhere for almost 2 weeks, and it trades around that zone, which is 1160 to 1140. And today also you can see that it made a high of my high around 1140, and it closes around 1138. And if tomorrow open markets open flat or open gap down, and if it closes below 1135 or if it closes below 1140, then we're going to take it for selling, and our target will be 1120 first. And if it closes below that by opening flat or opening gap up gap down, and let's assume it's open gap down around 1115 or 1120, then also if it shows any negative movement there, then we're going to take it for selling, and our target will be roundable 1100 first, and second target you can set to 1180. But let's assume tomorrow opens flat and tomorrow markets open flat and continues to go down, and if it closes below 1135, then we're going to take trade for selling. Target you can set to 1122, roundable 1100. For any buying movement, it needs to closes above 1160. After that you can take trade for buying, and for buying it is also we can also set our target to large extent, which is around 1200. Okay, and that's it for today, guys. If you like the video, you can like it and subscribe my channel, and you can share my videos. Okay, and thank you for watching my video. Bye bye everyone.